It's very entertaining. It's entertaining. That's what it is.
But
they really hate each other.
All of these Drake responses have felt so immature and so childish and very like pointing his finger and like me.
Well, I heard.
And Kendrick,
we know something about you.
Yes. What do we think is next? Like, how do we move on? Welcome back, everybody, to the Soul Serum podcast. I am your, with size 7 men's on, host Clay Bonine. I am joined by my Tell Me Your Cheesin' Fam co-host Brick.
Crody fam.
Oh, tell me your cheesin' fam. He went for the accent. Man, I got no other intro, no other bullshit. We got to get right into it. I don't know if you heard, Brick. There's been a little kerfuffle in the music industry. A conundrum, one
They're
may
adding
say.
to the hullabaloo. I love that.
There's been a lot of hullabaloo.
A lot of hullabaloo has been thrown.
Two of arguably the biggest rappers of our time, maybe the two biggest rappers of our time, are in the midst of a beef. Drake and Kendrick Lamar, that is. And today, we are going to be doing an emergency Kendrick versus Drake reaction. Just for our listeners at home, we're not going through the extensive history of this beef. I'm not giving you all the references, everything, because I imagine if you're listening, you probably know the context of what has been happening over the last month or so. But we are recording this the Saturday morning after.
It's 11:55 on May 4th.
On May 4th, timestamp us. After 6:16 and then Family Matters and then very quickly Meet the Grams is dropped. We're recording the Saturday after that. I don't really have any strict guidelines here, Brick. I just have a couple of topics that maybe will keep us on pace. But before we get into it, I just want to say sorry to anybody who planned their album release on this weekend. Sorry.
It's a wrap.
Sorry, Forbats. Sorry, Dua Lipa.
One kiss is all it takes, dude.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
It doesn't matter. That's a Fortnite song.
And sorry, damn, so true. And sorry, Tommy Richmond. You probably would have had the biggest song in the country.
Shout out Tom. Tom will be just fine.
Yeah.
Tommy's doing his shit.
That's a banger of a song. So, Brick, let's start here. In your opinion, after all of this has settled, who's up on the scoreboard right now, man? Because that's really what this is all about. Who's up?
The American people.
Ooh.
No, I don't know, man. Like, it's all very subjective, but in my opinion, I think Kendrick is because he's talking crazy. Mm-hmm. But the response was so methodical. Mm-hmm. But Drake was saying some shit. Drake was saying some very scathing shit. And it really comes down to which bad thing is worse to you. And isn't that fucking nuts that, like, it's like, hey, we're hearing that you're abusing your wife. It's like, oh, well, we're hearing that you're a sex trafficker and a pedophile. Allegedly. Both of these are allegedly. But isn't that wild that, like, the fan bases are going back and forth on that and trying to pull up all the dirt? It's very gossip driven, but it's the game. They knew this shit was going to happen when they started when they got on the fucking pickleball court and fucking started backhand slice Andre Agassi.
One thing that I did kind of want to talk about in this is, like, some of the deepness of these jabs and these references that they're taking at each other are so, like, inside baseball. So how much of these references, like, should we believe are true? Or should we just take everything at face value since we don't know the OVO mole? You know what I mean? I wish I did.
Smiley.
It's
Prada and Gucci. I don't like being here, Crody. You never gave me enough Prada and Gucci after he did that, Crody. I was outside.
We should have done this whole thing in Canadian accents.
In a smiley voice. Oh, bro. That'd be plot twist of the fucking year. But, like, I think it all has to be taken at face value. But it's like also, somebody said this on Twitter, like, the new generation of rappers don't handle this shit in raps. Mm-hmm. They will go deal with it in person.
Yes.
And, like, this is turning into, like, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, all right, we're gonna punch each other in the face when we see each other.
You got to throw dukes at a certain point when somebody says.
I mean, you're talking about family. You're talking about like real allegations and real like they're trying to destroy each other's credibility. And I will say, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, like what can we really believe? After the Kendrick Meet the Graham shit, I saw a picture of Drake in like a big jacket with, you know, his chain on, all this stuff, and it just didn't feel as authentic as it once did. And it's wild that the Drake shit, I ran that shit back twice. I was sitting on my couch with my titties out, watching Kyrie Irving put on an absolute fucking clinic.
Cooking
PJ Tucker out of his fucking shoes.
Straight up.
And then we see that Drake drops, and I watched it all the way through. The visuals were a great accent to it as well. That really made it, because he's walking around like he's fucking Tony on the grounds, and he's got, you know, random people just kind of looking over the grounds for him and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was a great added thing. I loved the Good Kid, Mad City van. Which also, those vans, Dodge Grand Caravans, can last like 300,000 miles. So
fantastic vehicle,
right? Maybe that's a jab at Kendrick's longevity. That after that 300,000 mile, open your third eye.
Yeah.
I was
Genius.com.
on the Giggle Caps, so like I was, you know, seeing through every possible scenario.
Yes.
But yeah, bro, it's really about who you're a fan of, honestly. And I think like the perception of this shit, you can't say that both of them didn't go off.
Right.
Like, Kendrick had this shit on deck for sure, because he's just like, okay, let's see your move. If you drop that, I'm dropping that shit quick. And it's also like, at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yes.
It's like wrestling. It's not real. Like, it's not. People aren't getting bloodied up in like real life until someone actually gets bloodied up. And like some of the things that Drake said about Ross were funny. It's like Ozempic creates jealousy, but then Kendrick's like, you're on Ozempic too.
He said, let me zoom out real quick.
Bro,
What a masterful. I want to go on your point.
Why is everybody scared about the Ozempic? I'm going to get on Ozempic, and I'm telling everybody I fucking know. I'm going to be like, yeah, bro, I lost so much weight, and I did have to do fucking shit. I just suppressed my
And I don't care if you're diabetic or not. I need to shed a few pounds. You know what I mean?
My parents are diabetic. It's in my future.
It's in Kendrick's future too,
right?
Or Drake's future rather.
Shout
I do want to go onto your point about the visuals. I do think like you could make the argument like Kendrick doesn't need visuals because, you know, he's a writer, blah blah blah. But in this day and age, how we consume music,
that was very cool.
Drake's visuals and crushing the van and everything was fantastic. Going to the Chinese restaurant that Kendrick calls out is fantastic. I think that adds a whole other layer to it. But to Kendrick's point, he didn't need a whole video. He just made one album cover like this and then said, guess what, bitch? I'm going to zoom out. And the deepness, the layers of that apparently being Dennis Graham's luggage and the prescriptions and everything, like, this is why, while it is all entertainment, I do believe that these guys genuinely
they don't like each other.
Dislike each other. Whether
I love the way he's
claims
talking
about
to you, Chip.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I love it. If we wanted some sissies, we would have named Dr. fucking Quinn and Medicine Woman. This is that shit, dude. It's very entertaining. It's entertaining. That's what it is. But they really hate each other. They really hate each other. And low key, it makes me want to find people that I dislike. Let's meet up. Let's meet up and die. Soulja Boy said it best. He said, let's meet up and die. And ever since then, it's been stuck in my head.
He, first of all, great American philosopher. Soulja Boy, tell him.
And Zach Fox. We got to talk about Zach.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Fox, the greatest prophet of our time, maybe, literally tweeted he's going to call Drake a pedophile over some free jazz. Fucking close enough. I don't know if it was free jazz, but it was old soul. Actually, I do want to talk about the beats real quick. I actually think the beat selections for all of this have been fantastic, other than Push-Ups, the first Drake track. That shit sounded like he was like, quick, type in urgent type beat on YouTube and just load up the first one that comes on.
I'll be honest, I think that Family Matters and Meet the Grahams and Euphoria was cool, but these last two are like they both got punched in their fucking jaw, and they fell back a little bit, but Kendrick seems to have taken the punch better and prepared for it. Because I see like Kendrick as like a methodical like sparring. Drake is like, okay, I got info. I'm almost a billionaire. I could pull whatever I need to do. Probably a billionaire with gambling funds that are tucked away under the Canadian crust of their earth.
And assets, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, too, these are just nearly 40-year-old men with kids arguing on the internet, like putting on a show.
Which is why I love where Kendrick is coming from in all of this, because that's kind of what he's saying. He's like, I hear you're calling around talking dirt on me, and like I'm trying to raise my kid, and Kendrick's like, and Drake's like, well, I mean, you could raise your kid, but aren't you fucking other white women out here? You know, like here's one thing that I've taken away from all this too is all of these, because yesterday I listened back to everything before Family Matters, like in chronological order, and all of these Drake responses have felt so immature and so childish and very like pointing his finger and like me.
Well, I heard.
And Kendrick,
we know something about
yes,
you.
Yes. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school.
I wonder if it is.
And then Kendrick has been handling this in a very like adult, mature. Like he's not raising his voice. You know, he's like staying calm and being like, "Well, here are the facts."
Drake sang. Drake was singing the diss at the end of Family Matters, and like I don't know, man. I think it's just more an extension of their personalities, like and how they play the game. Like Drake is like based for the women and the kids and kind of like those dudes who were trying to go to the club and show off and seek validation. He's
petty. He's a troll a little bit.
He's messy too. He drinks and he pops pills and he can't sleep. I sleep great. So, and I didn't have to get fake abs. So like your fucking move, Ops. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like it's just funny to me that like this is where we're at with shit. Because everybody's like, as a white person in this stuff, I'm like this is entertaining. I'm not going to be like, this is real hip hop. Like, no, that's not for me to decide. That's what I don't even need to pick a side, bro. This is just sparring, but now it has turned into, okay, I want to see you wiped from the face of this earth. And that's why, like, the Twitter conversation of people being like, this is, everyone just made these beefs so insufferable and all this shit. I'm like, this is the conversation. They knew that this was going to happen. They knew that everybody was going to write think pieces. They knew that all of hip-hop Twitter's fucking nerdy little asses were going to be like, wow, 616, 6 times 1 equals 6.
Dude.
6 God? Like, shut the fuck up.
Hey, I live for shit like that. Like, I love references like that, but I'm like, all right, let's fucking cool it. Like, the OJ thing, probably true. The Father's Day thing, probably true. And then they're like, well, did you know they actually banned AI from the Grammys on June 16th? I'm like,
well, Euphoria coming out on the 16th.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that Kendrick did that are very, like, okay, think about it type shit. Break it down, think about it. There's a lot of stuff with Drake that was just more, hey, tell the truth. We heard that so-and-so's not even your kid. Like, real scathing shit that, like, when I see you, I would want to punch you in the face. And, like, that's another conversation. Kendrick's a lot smaller than Drake, but that doesn't matter, bro. Floyd's one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Let's just have the conversation.
Who's winning in a bare-knuckle?
Bare-knuckle, this is a back-alley street fight. There's no weapons, but there's also there's no people jumping in. This is a one-on-one, mano-a-mano fight.
No touching of hair and the face.
Who's winning?
Body blows.
Because Kendrick is a known fit person, strong guy. Drake, maybe he didn't work for his abs, but he looks pretty strong. Like, I don't think he's not
Does Ozempic affect your stamina? Do these prescriptions affect your stamina? What did they have to eat that day? How's, as a man with stomach issues, so that's where
Drake's tummy hurts.
Bro, real shit. My tummy be hurting too. So Drake, like, I get it to a certain extent. Like, we're a lot No, I'm fucking kidding. We're not anything else.
Another thing I want to point out here. A lot of out-of-pocket things have been shared in these raps. But Drake saying, There's no big 3, and it's just big D. And there's video proof. I'm like,
that invalidates a lot of shit because that's just like
this is the childish shit I'm talking about right here, dude. Yeah, it's like this is a literal dick swinging contest.
I'm on my jet. Look at my dad.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, this is why people are not siding with you how you want them to, Drake. Although, I mean, Drake stands the. What do we call people like brawnosexuals? Like, what do we need? What is the Drake like?
The OVO goon cavers, the OVO gooners. Drake is definitely a gooner. Kanye is definitely
the biggest gooner
gooner of all time.
Yeah,
He's
like open gooner.
Justin LeBoy's like, Kanye, I like how you fucking smell. Whoa.
The funniest.
Fuck you, Justin LeBoy. Come and find me. Let's get it.
Real shit. One of the best things about this is that Kanye tried to put his 2 cents in on this and be like, here's my Like That remix, the elimination of Drake. And everybody was like,
dog water, dude.
Cool, that was a fun 8 hours of Twitter. Okay, thank you, Kanye.
Kanye's raps are not as good as they used to be.
No,
fucking far, bro. Everyone known that. Everyone's done that for a very long time.
I wish he would just like shut up and
Life
make
of Pablo
clothes.
was like the beginning of the end with that. And then you made Jesus a King, and now you want to make porn. Like, Kanye, I fuck with the music. But
yeah, where's the Kanye porn at anyway?
I'm good. That's just like, bro. Also, like,
is it gonna be him and his wife?
I'm not shaming. I have no idea. I'm not shaming sex workers by any means, but like, you got to move gently when you're a fucking parent. Like, you have like 4 or 5 kids, and your kids you have a massive digital footprint. You are Kanye West.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for Drake and Kendrick. Like, I think that's why Kendrick addressing Adonis, Sandra, Dennis, and then the 4th little girl, which is, insane. But it's also like, if you have kids, isn't the point of having kids to be like, hey, we're having a kid, and like,
and be with them?
Hey, everybody, I'm going to raise this kid, and I'm going to make sure it's a functioning member of society.
You hear parents all the time talking about, like, man, I worked too hard and missed my kid growing up, and Drake's just like,
That's why I'm not having kids, because everything is too vibey right now. Why would I give that up?
And what if my kid's got a bad vibe? What does Adonis Graham have a bad vibe? I think he seems kind of fun.
He's like, remember the audio clip, baby? He's talking to the teammates in the song. You gotta throw the ball, and you gotta do it real good. That's what Adonis sounds like to me.
And you
I
put
don't
your
care.
body into it, but then you reset.
Horrible advice, horrible coaching advice. Who are you, fucking Darvin Ham? Get your ass out of here, fired. Nothing is real, nothing is sacred anymore, and that's what we learned.
No, that's
over the
true.
past 12 hours.
The slicing of each other, like Kendrick going for Drake's family, Drake going for Kendrick's family. One thing this has made me realize is, like, no matter how much you like a person, or no matter how much good music they've made or music that has impacted your life, I think when you reach a certain level of fame and money and you come from a troubled place, you are going to have some faults, which is okay.
I think money
but then
changes
when it's
everything.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hey, when this podcast gets on Joe Rogan status, I'm changing. I'm becoming a horrible person. I can just already see it.
Getting that Ozempic.
Yeah.
Ozempic
left
sponsored. Left wrist Ozempic, right wrist Ozempic. And the boss man fucking D-Lo voice. That's
Mr. Ozempic.
Bro,
Mr. Diabetes.
Whoa. I just think that Kendrick and Drake made one of the most exciting nights in music history.
Yes, let's talk about that.
The OVO side is going to OVO and circle jerk as much as they want to. And then Kendrick fans are going to be like, real hip-hop purists are going to circle jerk as much as that too. Porque no los dos. Why not both?
See, for all of our Spanish-speaking listeners.
I learned that from that
taco commercial.
With the little girl.
I already know.
Fucking talk about a USA ambassador. Talk about an ambassador to the world. Shout out her. Plot twist, that's Drake's daughter.
Hey, dude, it could be. Let's stay on this for a second. One of the most exciting nights in music in a long time. I went to sleep when I thought I saw something that said Meet the Grams, and my eyes were closed, and I was like, I gotta go sleep. But But the 616 and then seeing all of like the unfolding and peeling back of the layers on the internet, and then Drake drops Family Matters and we get the visuals with it and everything. Like, it was such a fun when it comes down to it, because I don't think either of these people are going to, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I don't think either of these people are going to harm each other.
No.
And to your point about this being entertainment, like, you know, if it's not going to be handled in a violent manner, then I'm fully on the entertainment board. Like, let's make this as crazy and as insane and bring up another one of Drake's missing kids. Like, let's fucking go for it, man. Like, it has been really fun to keep up with it.
I did see a couple of people that I fuck with and respect on Twitter saying, like, where do we go from here? Like,
great question.
This isn't music anymore. But the thing is, this is like such a reflection of a current time of society, because like this is what you want, right? This is what you want.
Yep.
Like, and it's like almost, this is such a metaphorical thing, but it's like either Kendrick in these fans' eyes, it's either Kendrick has Drake laying on the ground, he's holding his shirt, and he's about to do that final, and then in the OVO side, it's vice versa.
Right.
And there's a crowd of people, and they're like chanting, do it. Like, late stage shit. Like, this is the end of things. Like, this is a hard reset, and to see the world stop and the world literally talk about nothing else but this, at least for 12 hours, or at least America, Twitter, Canadian,
right. Of course. I think when we're speaking on this podcast about stuff, we're really speaking about like people in our world. I don't know if fucking some dude in Helsinki in Finland is like vibing as much as we are about this. Ski. No, I think though, like, we really don't. We shouldn't like be light on how metaphorical and how much of a reflection of society and like music fans and how we consume stuff this is becoming. Like, this is very much the gladiators in the arena, and like they're about to get eaten by the lion or vice versa. Like, we love this. This is we want the entertainment. We want to see me see men get hurt, make me happy. It all comes back to that
UFC
primal thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, also the fact is, all the other disses that Drake said in his shit, like he shit on Rocky, and he was like, "Go have more babies with Rihanna, idiot." And it's like, dude, sick, you fucking got him. And then like saying like Metro Boomin is like a lame. I thought it was funny.
He called him Leland Wayne. He said him by his real name.
I thought I was about to say Leland Austin. Shout out Young LA. But people don't know about that. That's fine. We can talk later.
That's crazy.
But then the Rick Ross shit was, whatever, because Rick Ross was just calling him a white boy.
What'd he say? Rick's gonna read my Miranda rights.
Yeah.
Which that made me laugh.
But it's like everybody's Officer Ricky was a thing that 50 did. Like, all this shit. So Rocky, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross,
Future,
but he didn't even. He's got too much respect for me.
He really, the one Future line was like,
Drake will not go to Little Mexico.
Oh hell no. I love that the one Drake line about Future is basically just like, damn, bro, I can't believe it really came to this. I thought we were friends, but everybody else, fuck you.
And then people are saying he talked about Kanye by saying he wouldn't even skim through it like Kim. And I know that was just like, I'm going to talk about your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And that probably got Kanye all poopy butt,
I think one of the most goated Drake shit-talking things ever is like him and two other dudes from OVO are all wearing the Chris Paul jerseys. And then it comes out that like Chris Paul almost certainly had sex with Kim Kardashian. And I'm like, see, here's the thing.
The
like,
messiest parents of all
time.
Dude,
Kendrick Lamar keeps calling Drake a master manipulator, and he is right. But like Drake,
my mom didn't fuck Chris Paul.
Drake, Mount Rushmore manipulator.
And I'm sure of that.
Mount Rushmore. I hope so.
I hope so at this point.
Did your mom go to Wake Forest in the early 2000s?
She went to wherever Port Zingis is from. So her
Tingus Pingus. Okay. Let's
get back on track, bro.
let's wrap up here. You talked about it a little bit, but what do we think is next? Like, how do we move on from all this?
Well, the fact that Kendrick left, both of them left open-ended allegations, questions.
Yeah.
It's like, are you an alleged abuser? Or are you an alleged sex trafficker? And pedophile? And they left both of those open. So it's like, now whoever pulls the receipts and proves it, but then we live in a society, right, man? We live in a society where people are just, if they see the actual proof, it's going to be like, no, Donald Trump won the election. But also, you see the metaphor with this shit. People will say it's fake. People will say whatever. It's your reality.
Yes.
What they did is altered their fans' realities forever.
Yes.
I think that's the most manipulative part about all of it.
That's what's so cool about this being in music is like to get back to the gladiator thing, like we watch people fight in the UFC, there's one clear winner. We watch a basketball game, football game, whatever, there's one clear winner. In music, because there's no stats and no numbers and it's all subjective, this can perpetuate for the rest of their careers. Like, we don't ever have to have this beef end. Maybe they won't be dropping diss track after diss track, diss track after diss track. Like, I don't really know how we go on from there, but like, I don't think we're gonna see the Kendrick Drake reunion show like we saw the Drake Kanye reunion show, no. And then they started hating each other again. I'm like, man, y'all fucking phonies.
It's just it's just rich people shit. Rich people. Yeah. It's rich narcissism.
I just don't know what's the final step. Like, what's gonna?
These would have never handled it this way.
No,
Lucky would have never handled.
Of course
it this
not.
Way.
Can't be fucked with. But what is gonna be the thing that's gonna happen to make Drake or Kendrick go? You know what? All right. Like, I'm done. I'm good with this. Like, you have it, bro. Whatever. You know when you're losing an argument with your girl and you're like, you know what? All right, you won this one. Okay.
If Drake gets like indicted
on pedophilia charges,
on sex trafficking,
that
like,
would be
pedophilia shit would be like, I mean, bro, Kendrick said he was like Weinstein.
Yeah.
But the scary thing is, like, Weinstein shit got like, they're redoing it. So it's like, it's also, I feel like Drake is at a point where he just has the money. And he's like, oh yeah, I have the lawyers. You can get out of anything if you have the lawyers, bro. And that's a very dark reality of the times. And I think that's what's next is real
legality.
But also, are Kendrick fans on a real shit, this is a horrible way to think about it, but are Kendrick fans going to stop listening to Kendrick Lamar if it is proven that he abused his wife?
No.
Because
he made Mr. Morale.
A piece of shit, bro.
And he made Mr. Morale to basically say that. He's like, hey, man, I'm a really damaged person. I'm trying to work on this. Also, by the way, I did some bad things.
But bro, it's like it's literally every single rapper. Playboy Cardi, bad person. Kodak Black, bad person. Kanye West, bad person. Fucking Ariana Grande, bad person. Summers, bad person.
Yes.
All these people are bad people, bro. They all do horrible things.
Yeah.
I don't know them, but just from how many times they've been a topic of discussion and moved throughout their life and been in the public eye, in my opinion, they're not good people. They might meet me and be like, oh yeah, he's a fucking loser. I don't think he's a good person either. Great, cool. We'll meet in the middle on that. But that's the bigger microscope that we have to like look under is if Drake is proven to be that and Kendrick is proven to be that, what are you going to do as a person, as a listener, as a fan? Are you going to stop listening to them? Because realistically, if I found out that one of my favorite people or one of my friends didn't go to the birth of their child and went to play PlayStation with a little Uzi in Philadelphia, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Hope it was fun. But that's a bad thing to do. And like, still, I scream Reggie Carter at random times during my day. Like
Reggie.
So, like, I don't know, bro.
I agree with you. I think it's really going to now become if these allegations are proved true. Which, by the way, I saw right before we started recording. Academic said he was going to do a stream later, fact checking which, not now funk.
Fat checking. I only fat shame DJ Academics, you fat bitch.
Academics is not only Funkmaster Flex, he's also the FBI now, all of a sudden.
Bro, it's DJ Vlad shit. It's like, it's just another variation of like these fucking talking heads, bro.
Yes.
And like, the people who are like, I got a lot of respect for what Academic does. Like, bro, do you forget about all the bullshit and the gang war that he pushed on in Chicago?
I would never discredit his success, but I wouldn't say that I respect what Academics did.
It's
does.
It's like the same people who respect like Aiden Ross.
Man.
And Nelk Boys and shit.
Just gonna send it, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
I think this is all to your point. As we will wrap it up here, I think if Drake and Kendrick are proved to be what each other are alleging, it is then going to become a self-reflection upon the fans and the music consumers.
And all of these views are my own. They don't reflect on the Soul Serum podcast. So if you want to come fight me and murder me, you come to me.
Then don't do it at the podcast set. You can do it off property.
I'm at Moe's Southwest Grill usually from 3 to 5 on Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Working the fryer. And after that...
2-hour shift?
Yeah.
That's a great schedule.
I put the work in. And then I'm at Home Goods and TGI Fridays the rest of the time. So if you run into me, pull the 30 out, let it rip. And then V's was like, I don't want the 30, give me the normal. I can't hide that. I felt that.
Go listen to V's, everybody. Go listen to more V's.
Listen to more V's.
Yeah.
Listen to more Lucky. Lucky's going to have Album of the Year again. And it's just like, everybody shut up. Like, who cares? Like, we all knew everything that they already said. We all knew.
It's kind of true.
All of these things. All of these.
But we don't. But then when they say it, we're like,
oh wow, he really said it. But at the end of the day, Zach Fox. If Zach Fox says something is going to happen, it's going to happen.
You better put your money on it.
Strap in, baby.
Thank you, everybody who listened to this podcast, who watched this podcast. Aubrey Graham or Kendrick Duckworth. Come holler at us if any of our claims were fucked up. Hey, Kendrick, Drake, come on the pod. Let's squash the beef, fellas. Yeah. Come on the pod.
You don't want to go on fucking Academics.
No,
somebody smells like shit.
Follow us on Instagram at Soul Serum, at Soul Serum TV. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok. If you need studio space, at Soul Serum Studios, book with us in the Instagrams, book with us on Peer Space.
It's nice.
It's right on the other side of this. I know you don't know that in the camera.
They're very attentive. They're very kind.
We are.
They're hot. Hot, too.
And goddamn right. It's all that fucking Ozempic and V12 ab buster we've been doing.
Tris.
Ozempic on my wrist.
I just poured Ozempic in a pineapple Fanta. I can't feel shit.
I'm tired of having the Molly float in my lean. I've just been dropping Ozempic in the lean.
Is it like a liquid or is it like a powder or is it like?
I think it's a pill.
You have to shoot it.
I think it's a pill.
You have to freebase it off foil.
Let's see. Is Ozempic a capsule?
That would be crazy.
Look, I know this is a long ass outro, but trust me, we're gonna get there. Hold on.
My palms is itchy. My balls is itchy. Left wrist.
Yeah, it's just a white pill. It's just a pill.
So lame.
Oh wait,
because it should have been.
Yeah, it's a pill.
It's a pill. Like
no, it's in a pen. It's an injection. Because it's diabetic medicine, which would make sense. Can you
use it like a dart and put it on the blood?
Oh wait, like that? I thought you meant like.
Oh yeah, if it was
smoking that Ozempic pack, that's crazy.
Sprayed, it's definitely sprayed terps.
If you've made it this far in the podcast, comment Ozempic pack down below. Thank you all for listening. As always, I'm your host, Clay Bonine.
This is probably my last public appearance. I'm Brick.
Just in case anybody from Canada comes down here and kills Brick.
It's whatever, dude.
R.I.P. Thank you all for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Love you.
Deuces.